What movie could have been over in 10 minutes if the main character wasn't such a dumbass? Clerks. Dante should have said no since it was his day off. I've heard that in the original ending someone comes in to rob the place, shoots Dante, and he dies. All because he came into work that day. Road trip. She blocked my email address, so I have to go to Europe to contact her. No, dumbass, just make another email account and email her to explain the mistake. But Scotty didn't know. Still can't believe Matt Damon played that lead singer. I always imagined that if I ever met Matt Damon I'd be like, dude, you were great in Euro Trip. And not mention any other movie he's been in. Amityville Horror. Get out. Alrighty then. Okay, Ghost, since we can't live here, we're going to sell the lot to a developer, and you can haunt the parking lot of a Noodles and Company. Gremlins. The instructions were very clear. After midnight is a vague instruction that is wide open to misinterpretation. Never wear white after Labor Day. Every day for eternity is after Labor Day, including other Labor Days. The Little Mermaid. If Ariel could read and write, which she demonstrates, then why didn't she just write the prince a note? Because body language, ha. The men up there don't like a lot of blather. Any movie where someone says stop, wait, I can explain. If they'd actually stop, wait, and let the character explain. One of the laziest methods of writing fiction. Can't be bothered to think of any compelling, realistic reason for conflict? Just have the main characters fail to communicate basic information to each other. You kissed her. Stop, I can explain. She kissed me because she was hitting on me. There wasn't much I could do, and I didn't engage. Otherwise I'd be fricking her right now. Oh, word. That makes sense. The end. It bugs me so much, especially since you know they're gonna sort it out, so you're just wasting the next 20 minutes on a sad montage while the main character builds resolve to go take care of business. It's even worse in 40 Days and 40 Nights. The other woman straight up rapes the dude, but he's the one who has to apologize, because the girlfriend walks in and sees the ex leaving and finds the dude tied down after he's clearly just had sex, and thinks he's cheating on her. They never call the police, or even treat it like rape. One character all but explicitly states the truth wouldn't help. E.T. If he would have got back on the spaceship, his ass wouldn't have gotten stuck on Earth. I like to think it was a juvenile prank by his friends. Like in high school when your buddy gets out of the car to pee and your other friend is like, dude, we should drive off and leave him here for a minute, lol. Aliens are assholes. They were probably a big faction behind the push to vote for Palpatine. Alien. Covenant. All these brilliant scientists, and they're done in by taking off their helmets. Leaving their helmets on would have stopped literally all of their deaths. The air is breathable here. Sure, but maybe we don't want to breathe it. You know, in case of toxins or molds or something like that. Oh, right. Duh. This thing is totally alive and looks like a hooded cobra. I'm gonna reach out and touch it. Hooded cobra. That's an odd way to say freaky prehensile peanuts beast. To be fair, hooded cobra seems like the perfect way to describe a freaky prehensile peanuts beast. BTTF2. Doc? Hey Marty, your future kid is an idiot. Fortunately you have 30 years to change the outcome. Maybe consider moving to a different town, or private school or something. Marty. Okay, thanks. The end. The other two things that would have shortened it would have been, left Jennifer at home. They would have fixed the future and not had to get her after the cops picked her up. And Marty buys Almanac and Doc finds out, then loudly explains how he built the time machine not for gambling. Biff wouldn't have stolen the time machine and they would have picked up Jennifer and gone home. Not the main character, but the entire Star Wars original trilogy could have been over in 10 minutes if the Imperials did shoot the escape pod with R2, 3PO and the Death Star plans. Or at least if they sent a team to intercept it on landing, instead of allowing the droids to escape. I always figured it was a case of it was Friday at 4:45 and if you blow up the pod now you've got to fill out a bunch of paperwork, and well, since there's no life forms on it, just call it a glitch and walk out the door at 5. Funny thing is that there is a book titled From a Different Point of View, which is a bunch of stories about the side characters in A New Hope. The gunner who didn't fire on the escape pod realized how badly he fricked up. So he talks to a friend of his who knows what forms to fill out to instantly take the blame off of him and place it on someone unrelated to his department. Like, if I recall correctly, blaming it on the window cleaner not doing his job and obscuring the gunner's view. From a different point of view. From a certain point of view is the title I found, and damn it, now you've added yet another book to my reading list. From a certain point of view, the Jedi are evil? In Limitless, why doesn't Bradley Cooper use his enhanced intelligence to immediately figure out how to manufacture the drug so he always has it for the rest of his life? Or pay back the freaking loan shark? In another movie thread on here, someone said that in the book the loan shark doesn't want paid back in money. He wants the pills, I'm sure. Can't remember if that is explicitly stated in the movie or not. It's been so long since I watched it. It was such an interesting premise. It was such an uninteresting letdown. At first he just wants to get his money back. Then when they shake Bradley Cooper down outside of his apartment, because he didn't pay them back yet, the drug falls out of his pocket and loan shark uses it. From then on he just wants the drug. But if Bradley Cooper just paid him back at the beginning. Home Alone 2. Surprised no one said it already. Kevin did not need to change his batteries for his Talkboy while his family was running to their gate. He had a several-hour plane ride that he could have done it on, but instead had to change them while running through the terminal. What an idiot. Even after he lands, he realizes that he made a mistake, and the airline could have immediately fixed it. He chooses to take a lavish New York vacation on his father's dime. Selfish asshole. I said the same thing, and after rewatching it he does wish for a vacation by himself when he's punished in his room. Still a stupid move by Kevin, but he fulfilled his wish. Oh, and not to mention steal money from his dad and the rest of the family's vacation. Not to mention, didn't the parents learn anything from the first movie? Why weren't they holding his hand or have him on a leash so that they would know where he was at all times? Well, to be fair, the first movie he didn't run away or stop. He was asleep the whole time and they did a head count on the multiple vans and got the correct number. I forgot why. Did someone change vans? Captain America. Civil War. Why did no one have a photo ID of the actual psychologist assigned to Bucky Barnes? Hey, Secretary Ross, you neglected to mention Harlem in your Avengers Guild trip presentation. You know, the incident where two big rage monsters that you are responsible for fought? You should be in jail for that. And the nuke Tony saved New York from. And the part where they actually saved the world from Ultron. Granted, that one might be their fault to begin with, but still, it could have been worse. Yet, they never answer the pivotal question. In what situation would the UN thing, regulatory body, etc., have made a different call than the one they made? Maybe it's fair to blame the existence of superheroes on an increase in existential threats, or to blame Ultron on Tony, etc. That could be argued. But none of their faults are strategic in nature. Iron Man. You shouldn't have invented the Iron Man suit. Or you shouldn't have invented Ultron. Or Thor. It was kinda annoying that your dad sent you to Earth. And that you're banging a chick here. Are all reasonable statements. But none of them are fixed by hey UN. Is it cool if we go stop the city rocket from blowing up the Earth? Or hey UN, should we go fight the giant alien horde raining down on New York? Even the instigating event in Civil War doesn't make sense. UN approval to go into the op in South Africa where Scarlet Witch kills some people wouldn't have changed the situation. The UN should have sent the Avengers to deal with Crossbones. The alternative would have been worse. The only problem was a split-second tactical decision by Scarlet Witch, not a strategic decision to go to the fight. Vision was an idiot. Loki would have invaded Earth even if the Avengers hadn't been around. Nothing says anyone else wouldn't have come around either. His cause-effect line is total horseshit. The difference between Tony and a legitimate authority is that without him they would have turned New York into a crater. Funny how he forgot about that. Deadpool. Vanessa? Stay. Wade. Okay. Dies in Vanessa's arms. Roll credits. But he's immortal now. Not sure how to respond. Now he gets to see Vanessa die in his arms. I hope Deadpool finds this post and mentions it in his next movie. Hey Deadpool, when you see this, tell your mother I said hello. Any movie that forgets that cell phones and adult conversations are real things, especially romantic, comedy movies where there's some dumb misunderstanding where one of the leads appears to be cheating on their spouse with a friend. A romantic movie shows them bursting into tears and running away. A realistic approach would be, oh hey honey, this my sister. I was giving her a hug, because I hadn't seen her in a while. My youth pastor told a story of almost losing his previous youth pastor job. His sister came into Denver airport for a 2-hour layover. He had lunch with her and gave her a hug and sent her on her way. The next day he gets called into a meeting with the pastor and the entire board. Strange. His wife is there. Even stranger, and she's bawling her eyes out. They are letting him go, because they have proof that he is cheating on his wife. News to him. And show him the photo of him hugging his sister. He shows the photo to his wife and they both burst out laughing. The board is confused until he explains that it's his sister and maybe just ask him about it first next time. But yeah, this story reminds me that ridiculous rom-com situations actually can happen in real life. This is completely insane. Even if that's not his sister, a picture of him hugging a woman is in no way proof that he's cheating on his wife, especially in a profession that requires you to be there for people emotionally. Not in 10 minutes, but Breaking Bad could have stopped after just a few episodes if Walt had just accepted the money from Elliot, instead of letting his pride get in the way. Walter White. Jesse, you asked me if I was in the meth business or the money business. Neither. I'm in the empire business. Initially, Walter's goal was to pay for his treatment, but when he got a taste for power, he didn't want handouts, because his priority had changed from paying for his treatment and securing his family's future to becoming Heisenberg. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.